Hello, and welcome back to the Pink House Mystery, Part 8, the conclusion for now. When I get off the island to the mainland, I cross the marshes and the river. You'll see me nod or wave as I go by our old house, knowing it may not be there much longer. I will still do so whether the house is there or not. Lord willing and the creek don't rise, old saying, rattling around in my head like this story. Mom's Pinky. That's where Juliet Stott, my mother, ran a busy real estate office, renting and selling nearly half of Plum Island in her career, as the first licensed woman realtor around. It was where she and father lovingly raised us all as best they could. Hundreds of cars would turn into the driveway for real estate business year after year. Answering phones, taking messages, giving and taking keys, getting papers signed were part of the daily buzz of the house. I still have the last Stott Realty sign of so many I stapled to houses all over Plum Island, advertising them for sale or rent. I nod to Dad, resting there too, seeing him constantly mowing the grass, helping a customer, painting the house, boating, closing in and winterizing the wraparound old-style porch with the local boat builder, Ed England, or driving us across country in a 40-horsepower VW Combi bus. It's not a formal graveyard, but it's sacred and precious to me, even if and when the house is gone. I wonder if he prefers it that way and is putting a hex on saving the house. Let me reassure you, it was not in his bones to wish ill of anyone. Just the same, he used to jokingly want a cannon on the front yard to scare away the tourists as they drove around the circular driveway, just to look around. And he would chuckle when our domesticated geese would chase the customers to and from their cars. They're protective. The rest of him rests with Mom in the family plot in Lawrence that dates back 200 years. The tides will rise and fall, and the grass will grow, and the birds in the boat will keep him company in that wonderful, magical, difficult place to grow up. It was a different time and place to time warp to, even now. I think people do that, nod as they go by their departed ones, wherever they are. Those are unbreakable bonds and ties to one's roots, and New Englanders' roots run deep, going back so many generations. It won't be that long in the future before newcomers may question, what Pink House? Just like going to Plum Island, and no one but the old-timers remember the church. Or the hotel, long gone hotel. Only pictures are left of it now. I hope this story may help in 100 years. Next year, Lord willing, I will still nod when I go by and take my boat up the creek out back on a high tide to say hello to him and to Mom too, markerless in the marsh, amongst the grass, the birds, and the water, whether the house is there or not. It's where I want to remember them best. I will wonder with remembrance, respect, awe, and love, if all that work and life we spent there was all for naught. Yet somehow I know a calm peace that only the quiet marsh gives will come over me with the acceptance of the fates that become us in our all too short time on this planet. You have to listen to hear the water creep through the grass and with the wind and observe nature's mystery. Try to listen for it. Lastly, I hope not, but will attend the funeral demolition, if and when that happens. It would be nice to be invited to the ribbon cutting and unveiling of a new version of the place, or at least be asked a little about it, being the previous owners. Will there be a bird blind and a kiosk at the parking lot for a dozen cars or so, with a few osprey nests scattered about? Will it mention the house, or some of its residents over its 100 years? No one has asked a thing. It's a mystery. Not an iota of contact. After many previous years of communication. So I guess not. But you know, hope is a mysterious thing. And as the saying goes, it springs eternal for good things to happen to our Pinky. Thanks for listening. I'm Bruce Stott. We'll have more to tell in the future. Bye for now. Take care.